So this week I got to level up at school, so that was pretty awesome. I'm doing like hard parts and side parts now, and getting to do more like bald fades and foil fades, that kind of thing. So, which I like, fading is my favorite thing to do. So that's really awesome. And I like doing the hard parts because it's something different. Like, I've never had to really worry about like sectioning out the hair and all that. And I don't know, I just like to learn. So that's been really cool. And I think my instructor hates me. Hi, Brandon. The time clock doesn't like me. You would think it's very simple. You know, we punch in every day. All you do is you hit the button that says in, and then you just, your little card in, and it puts the date and time on it. Somehow my time card is always fucked up. Always, no matter what. And I don't know how it can be user error. I push in, and then when I clock out, I push out, and you put the card in, that's it. But somehow I'm the only one whose card is ever fucked up, and it is always fucked up. So I don't know. I can't explain it. But yeah, that's kind of where we're at right now. Hard parts and hard time clocking in and out of school. So
Dead will walk here. The dead will walk here.
lately that part of my thing with horror movies in general, but specifically right now with horror, is that like it's not enough for me to just watch the movie. I have to, like, I'll watch the movie and be like, wow, that was great, I need to own that, and then I'll go buy it, and I'm like, okay, great, I got the movie. Okay, but I gotta buy the sequels now. I gotta have all the sequels that I haven't even seen yet, but I'm just gonna go ahead and buy them because the first one was good, so let's do that. Gotta have the complete collection. Okay, now I got all the movies. I need a t-shirt, I think. I need a t-shirt. So, like, that's gotten really bad lately. One of these days I'm gonna show you my closet and show you, like, all of my horror shirts. I should show you my movie collection too, I guess. But anyway, it's gotten really bad, and I watched Reanimator for the first time recently, and I think once I watch the two sequels, I'm gonna do maybe an episode about those. And same thing with Return of the Living Dead. God, I fucking love that movie. I'd never seen it, and wow. Both of them though, Reanimator and Return of the Living Dead. But you know, there's multiple sequels and a whole lot of merch, and you know, there's I saw some girl that I follow on Instagram had Tarman socks. Well, how can I not get the Tarman socks now? So that's, you know, not a good thing for me when I'm trying to, you know, save money and pay for school and, you know, pay off my credit cards and all that kind of thing. But it is what it is. So now that I've seen Reanimator, 2 sequels, gotta buy all those. Return of the Living Dead, 2 sequels, gotta buy all those. Gotta buy the merch. If there's Funko Pops, then, you know, I know there's not for those 2, but, you know, gotta have that. And then all of a sudden it'll be like, oh, you know, this other thing that you own, like, oh, you've got all the Hannibal Lecter movies? Oh, now there's a Criterion version of Silence of the Lambs, and there's new Funko Pops. Well, I gotta get all that. I can't just, that's my personality in a nutshell. I can't like something, I have to dive straight into it. Like, I have to be obsessed with it. When I got super into basketball, I'm super into basketball, I don't think I've talked about that, but when I got into basketball a few years ago, I was like, well, I'm gonna go to one game. You know, just because I haven't been in forever. And we're on our way to the first game, and I was like, I think next season I might buy season tickets. Like, I haven't been to one game at this point, and I'm like, I should get those season tickets so I can go to every game. What the fuck is wrong with me? And it's starting to translate into, like, hair, too, where I'm like, oh, there's new clippers. Oh, and there's a matching trimmer. Okay, yeah, well, I have to get those. Yeah, and and next, there's new shears coming out, and they're bright red. How much? $600? That seems reasonable. Everybody pays $600 for scissors, right? When you have a perfectly good pair of shears. Yeah, we'll just pay $600 for some scissors, and then, you know, we get the clippers and the trimmers. And what is my life? Like, I'm a consumer first and a human second. Oh, God. So we're back once again with Mr. Biggie Smalls. And for those of you who follow me on Instagram, hi. You might have heard about he's been having some issues lately. We had an accident and somebody fell off of the bed and herniated a disc in his back. And so for about a week, he looked like he was paralyzed. He was dragging himself around the house, and it was really hard to watch my little man not be able to walk around like that. But it's been about a month now, and he's doing really good. He's as my old boss would say, he's good. He's hauling ass. He moves very quickly now on all 4 feet. He's a little bit wobbly sometimes, like he's drunk, but it's definitely an improvement. So he's been on kennel rest, and he got a couple more weeks of that. But we're letting him out of the kennel long enough to talk about a movie this week that he at least watched part of. Maybe not all of it, but he watched part of it. And that movie is Blood Harvest. This is a Vinegar Syndrome title. I know this is something that, compared to the things I normally talk about, is kind of out there. I've just recently started getting into the Vinegar Syndrome stuff. I heard about them on the Shockwaves podcast, and so I picked up a few of their Blu-rays, and I know they have a big sale coming up this weekend. It's like their halfway to Black Friday sale, so probably going to be buying some more of those. But anyway, this was the first one I watched, and this creepy individual in the makeup here, this is Tiny Tim. You know, the tiptoe through the tulips guy? Playing this weird, deranged-looking clown. It's a, you know, it's from '86. It's your kind of typical '80s slasher movie. One of the things Vinegar Syndrome does is they are a restoration company. And so if you watch any of their stuff, like, it just looks incredible. This is a movie that I feel like if you saw it when it came out, it might have kind of looked like shit, you know? It seems like the kind of movie that I would have seen like on VHS back in the day, and just thought it was absolute, you know, garbage just looking at it. And now, you know, I watched it and it's wild. It does start with a little bit of a misdirect, but I don't want to spoil too much because I do think it's something that, you know, is fun and you should check out. And Tiny Tim is really creepy to me anyway, let alone in the clown makeup. So seeing him in that was really, that was enough. If there'd been nothing else in the movie, that would have been creepy enough. Does get a little bit rapey at times also. So it's a strange movie, but like I said, it's a slasher, and was a lot of fun. I mean, it's, you know, you kind of have to like trash to like it, but nothing wrong with some trash every once in a while. There's also like a weird interview on the disc where it's from like around the time the movie came out, and it's like the Tiny Tim gives out the director's phone number in it, and he's like drinking out of a 2-liter of 7-Up, and just odd. And throughout the movie he does sing in the clown makeup, and that's off-putting. And you know, there were times also, you know, watching the movie where I was like, I didn't hate it, it was just got really weird, and I was like, I don't know, is the ending gonna, you know, buy all this back for me and all this, and it definitely did. It was something that I didn't see coming, and I don't know, like I said, I don't want to spoil too much, I don't want to tell you too much because I really want you to go see it. Well, not go see it because it's not like it's in the theater, but you should watch it. Anyway, Blood Harvest with Tiny Tim from Vinegar Syndrome. You can get it this weekend on their big sale and get it for cheap, I think. Right, Biggie? We're gonna buy some movies this weekend.